Hokies. The midfield four will be Matthias Johannes, Ian Marcano, Carter Hensley, the other captain, and Harrison Krieg. And the forwards will be Oliver Roche, who we mentioned in the open, Andy Sullins, who had an assist against Queens last season, along with Declan Quill, who also had an assist in the winner against Queens last year. Already starting off quickly for the Hokies, it is Ian Marcano who has a chance at it at the top of the box, and it's cleared away. And now up top, there's a foul. It was Floki Stevenson who went down, and before the free kick, we'll quickly jump in to Charlotte's lineup as the Hokies play quickly. It's going to be a 3-5-2 today for the Royals. Evan Morris starts in goal, followed by Samuel Indinge, Caleb Woodard, and Cade Bender as the back three for the Royals. Indinge with the clearance there. Cole Pumpian, Makayo Brandau, Roberto Alvarez, Leonidas Zakaria, and Rodrigo Canavas will be in the midfield for the Royals. And the two up front will be Ciro Burlat-Jagi and Michelle Feldman, who had a goal and an assist against the Hokies last year. Virginia Tech is quickly attacking as the number 19 Hokies find themselves with their foot on the gas pedal. Declan Quill turns at the top of the 18 and chooses to play back to Trey Gardner. Marcano on it, the 5'4" freshman for the Hokies. Finds Cardona, who goes inside to Roche. And it's back with Cardona. The captain finds Quill at that 10 position. He opens up and has a hit from 20 yards out, but it's safely kept by Evan Morris. Morris making his 5th start with the Royals this year. He was an ASUN all-freshman team member in 2023, and as a U15 was a U.S. futsal national champion. He had 3 clean sheets last year for the Royals in 2023, but he's yet to have one this season. He sends a big punt up to Feldman, and it's collected by the Royals. Idinge opens up and gives it to Pumpian, who plays forward. Well kept away by Floki Stevenson, and Cardona chooses to go back to Cooper Wenzel. The Hokies keeping possession early on. Cardona opens up. He finds Johannes. And a good change of the point of attack for Virginia Tech. On it now is Floki Stevenson, the Iceman, as the Virginia Tech Hokies have tagged him. Coming away with it for the Royals is Kyle Brandau. And Declan Quill picks it back up for the Hokies. It's given away by Johannes. Going forward now are the Royals. A quick shot and well saved by Cooper Wenzel. Ciro Burlat-Jagi was the man who got in behind the lines of the Hokies for the Royals. And just like that, Cooper Wenzel shows off his safe hands. 2 weeks ago, he was the ACC Defensive Player of the Week. He's played every minute so far this year for the Hokies. And it's cleared away by Rodrigo Canavas. All the way out of bounds. It will be a Virginia Tech throw-in. Harrison Krieg to take it. One of the walk-ons for Virginia Tech. He got his opportunity with the Hokies in 2023, was picked up from the club soccer team here at Virginia Tech, and he didn't play at all last season, but in the offseason he proved to Mike Brizendine that he deserved a chance. Here he is with the throw-in. He tries to find Andy Sullins, but it's all the way back to Ian Deange for the Royals. They open up. Playing forward. And Roche is on it. He gets a touch, but it's cleared away well by Queens. Cardona picks it up for the Hokies. He looks forward before choosing to keep possession and finding Johannes. Into Quill. And it's played away by Canavas, but it takes a touch off Quill before going out of bounds, and the Royals will have a throw in here. On the ball is Cade Bender. In 2023, had 15 games played for the Royals, had 3 goals. And Zakaria opens up. He finds Woodard, who moves it to Pumpian. Marcano defending. Pumpian turns, chooses to keep it, going back to Woodard. Queens looking to retain some possession now after playing a bit of a counter-attacking style early on. This is only the third season that the Royals have been a D1 program, as it's played forward by Bender off the head of Michelle Feldman. Picked up by Pumpian, who has a hit over the bar. Cooper Wenzel couldn't get a glove to it, but it will go out for a goal kick. Never mind, the AR signals a corner. Wenzel got his hand to it. Pumpian saw the frame and had a hit. Wenzel did well on his line to punch it over the bar. Here is Brandow on the corner. The Royals choosing to keep 3 men out of the box. It's a short corner cleared away by the Hokies. Idinge gets on it. He goes all the way out to Canavas, who drives forward, takes a shot from about 40 yards out, and it's cleared away by Virginia Tech, picked up by Declan Quill. Over to Johannes, who opens up and drives forward. He beats a man. And Virginia Tech will now have the chance to go forward. Switching the point of attack, it's now Marcano. The 5'4" freshman looks forward and goes to the captain, Cardona. Back to Marcano. Johannes on it. Into Quill. It's out to Hensley. Plays over the top, settled well by Cardona, who touches inside. It's now with Marcano, who has a hit and just misses on the side of the net. It goes out for a goal kick, and it will be at the feet of Evan Morris. Ian Marcano played for CF Millet in Spain. He earned a U.S. national team call-up as a U15. Here he is in his freshman year, already has a goal with 12 shots on the season. That was his 13th, and he couldn't find the target. Queens on it, it's Zakaria. He opens up and finds Canavas. And it's poked away there by Floki Stevenson for the Hokies. The Royals will have a throw-in. Quickly played to the head of Birlat Jagui. On it now is Brandow. He goes back to Zakaria. Roche quickly defending for Virginia Tech. Zakaria does well in possession to keep it. And now it's on the foot of Pumpian. He swings it in, blocked by Cardona. Picked up by the Royals. Pumpian with it in the corner. Driving forward, Marcano defending. Swinging towards the back post. There's a man there, headed on frame and just off target by Cade Bender. The rain's starting to come down a little bit here at Thompson Field. Right there was Cade Bender. He played club soccer for Charlotte Independence Pro Academy in North Carolina. In his sophomore season for the Royals. And opening up is Hensley. He has room to work. And he plays in to Marcano, who lets it roll to Cardona. Cardona takes the touch forward and finds Johannes, who beats Feldman. The Royals starting to press Virginia Tech a little bit. And now choosing to get it away is Harrison Krieg. And it's picked up by Canavas. He goes to Bender. Quill defending for Virginia Tech on the touchline. Jagui opens up and finds Pumpian. He has room to run on the left sideline. Johannes well in. It's picked up by Marcano for the Hokies. Big ball over the top. Quill is there, but not before Evan Morris can come out of his line and pick it up in the box. And the Royals will have it back in possession. Hensley opens up, looks for Roche. It's poked away. And now Pumpian on it for the Royals. Queens coming off of a win in their last matchup over Central Arkansas. They won 1-0. Central Arkansas was actually the team they fell to in their first ASUN tournament appearance in the quarterfinal, 1-0 in 2022. They won 1-0 here in 2024. Now we look at a historic head coach for the Royals, it's Oliver Carrios. He enters his 14th season at the helm of the Royals program. And under his direction, the Royals are 99, 108, and 16. With a win today, he earns his 100th win as a coach. So big stuff on the line for Carrios. Here is Pumpian with the throw. It's into the feet of Feldman. And Feldman touches it out of bounds. It'll go to Virginia Tech. Willie Cardona, one of the captains, was an ACC preseason watch list member. He was named a Big South All-American honorable mention in his time at Winthrop. And he plays it all the way back to Floki Stevenson, the freshman defender from Iceland for the Hokies. Touch inside by Trey Gardner. He opens up and finds Marcano. To Cardona. The rain really starting to come down here at Thompson Field. And Cardona plays a big ball over the top to Harrison Krieg. Opening up at the 6 is Johannes. He plays forward to Roach, who takes a touch. Marcano tries to chip it over the top to Roach. It's headed away by Ideen. Marcano gets fouled about 30 yards out from the top of the box. It'll be a free kick for the Hokies. That's really where the Royals have struggled this year. They give up a lot of fouls, averaging 10.88 per game. And now standing over it will be Andy Sullins for Virginia Tech. Floki Stevenson with him as well. Sullins sets his feet. 4 men in the wall. Here's the hit. Curling towards the post, and it's well saved by Morrison. Still in bounds, cleared away by Queens. It will roll out of bounds for a throw-in, and it goes in favor of Queens. It was deflected off a Virginia Tech attacker. Here is the throw forward. Jaggy on it. He turns Johannes and is brought down. A free kick now for the Royals. A win today for Virginia Tech would be their 5th non-conference win of the season. It would be Virginia Tech's 4th win at home this season as well, and it would snap a 2-game skid for Virginia Tech as they've lost 2-0 in their last 2 matchups, coming in against Pitt and SMU. Played towards the sideline for the Royals. It's picked up by Virginia Tech. Marcano touches back to Johannes, who chips it over to Cardona. Cardona plays forward to Roach, who turns, beats a man, has a hit on goal, and finds the back of the net. Oliver Roach does it again, his 2nd goal against Queens in 2 years, and Roach scores his 1st goal of the season to give Virginia Tech the lead 1-0 over Queens. Oliver Roach, in his freshman season for Virginia Tech, was tied for a team lead with 4 goals. Here he is with his 1st goal of the season, and it couldn't come at a better time as the rain really starts to come down here at Thompson Field. The man from Denmark scored in his Denmark U16 debut against Iceland, where he played against one of his teammates, Floki Stevenson. Queens kicks it off, and here they are playing from a deficit. The last time Virginia Tech went up against Queens last year, they responded quickly, and here they are with a chance. Michelle Feldman is through. He takes a touch. Trey Gardner defending. Feldman tries to play it back to Randall, but Floki Stevenson is there. It's picked up by Hensley, who switches it to Marcano. The freshman from Spain drives forward quickly before giving back to Cardona. Cardona opens up and plays it to Floki Stevenson. Over to Krieg. To Johannes. Virginia Tech really keeping possession now. Cardona on it. He tries to find Roche. It was an errant pass and picked up by the Royals. Feldman tries to go to Jaggy, and it's passed out of bounds, and it will roll out of play. Brizendine showing off some touches on the sideline. He gives it to Krieg for the throw-in. Brizendine in his 14th season with Virginia Tech finds himself having one of his best seasons yet. The Hokies Ever been ranked all the way as high as 13. They currently are 19 in the AP poll. One of 7 teams in the ACC that's ranked inside of the top 25. Opening up now is Cardona. He plays into Roche, who turns his man and drives forward. He gives it to Quill. Back to Cardona and forward to Sullins. Back to Quill in the corner. He opens up, drives towards the touchline and chips it to the back post over the head of Krieg. And that will spin out a play for a Queens throw-in. Virginia Tech currently 9th in the ACC. Struggling so far in conference play. They are 1-2. Their only win in the ACC so far comes on the road at Syracuse. They have a chance to redeem that record in a few days as they head to UVA. Quick ball played forward for Queens. Feldman's through, but Trey Gardner's there to slow him down. It's back to Pumpian, who opens up, drives his way across the top of the box, and plays in. And it goes back out to Roberto Alvarez. Virginia Tech does well on defense to get it forward. Running with it now is Quill. Quill on it. Opening up, taking a touch and over the bar. He's ashamed of himself for that. Quill, his eyes got wide as he had a chance to put that one away. Last year in 2023, he had a team high of 5 assists. He was a Gatorade Player of the Year nominee in high school. This is only his 3rd appearance this year with Virginia Tech. Caleb Woodard opens up and plays forward. And Roche comes away with it. He's already got a goal today, but he turns it over there. It's picked up by Bender. Played forward to Alvarez. Travella pass is wayward, picked up by Floki Stevenson. Back to Wenzel. Over to DJ Floki, the Iceman. Goal for Floki Stevenson. A young defender coming out of Iceland. He owns his own mixing board that he puts together music sets on. However, he left the equipment in Iceland this season so he could focus on soccer. But he's found himself as an experienced DJ when he heads home to Iceland. On it now is Sullins, and he opens up and finds Krieg on the left wing. The left back opens up and drives forward. He goes against Bender but slips. It's picked up by Brandau. He gets by Hensley, trying to find Jaggy. And Floki Stevenson gives it back to Wenzel, and now it's with Johannes. Cardona on it. Before coming to Virginia Tech, Cardona spent time in the New York Red Bulls Academy. As Ian Marcano opens up to Hensley. Over to Krieg. Looking forward to Roche. Defended well by Bender. Played forward to Zakaria. Hensley does well to win it back. Marcano on it, dribbling into the box. He gets to the touchline, passing it across the 6. It's cleared away by Idinge. Over to Bender. And Queens will clear their lines and reset. Zakaria back to Bender. He goes forward, taken down by Johannes was Zakaria. Advantage played by the center referee. Now Trey Gardner on it for the Hokies. Johannes opens up and finds Cardona. He drives forward. Tons of time. Gives to Sullins. Back to Gardner. Quickly defending is Michelle Feldman. Johannes on it. Back over to Stevenson. Looking for Roche was Stevenson. It was cleared away well by Ken Avas. Now Evan Morris goes to Idinge. Morris tries to clear away. It's blocked by Sullins. Picking it up on the top of the box is Zakaria, and he's followed by Oliver Roche, the goal scorer today. And a little shove after the play there, but it will be just a free kick for the Royals, who decide to go quick. It's Zakaria on it as the sun starts to come out here at Thompson Field. Maybe this rain will go away. And another foul this time called against Carter Hensley for the Hokies, and the free kick is quickly given away by Queens. It's Cardona who picks it up and plays back to Wenzel. The pitch really starting to get waterlogged as Johannes opens up. We'll see how that affects the play here at Thompson Field. Hensley opens up and drives forward. He finds Quill, who turns and gives to Cardona. Marcano running off him. Cardona plays inside to Quill, who takes a touch, beats his man, has a hit on goal, and Declan Quill finds the back of the net. Quill had an assist last season against Queens, and now he finds himself on the score sheet to make it 2-0 Virginia Tech. Declan Quill's first goal of the year as well. Here's the goal once again. Cardona plays in, and Quill just takes a touch around Kenavas and slots it into the bottom corner. A beautiful finish from the senior for the Hokies. Tons of time, and he finds the side netting. His first goal of the year, and only his second shot on target. Declan Quill's going to be happy with himself there. 2-0 Virginia Tech over the Royals. We'll take the kickoff here in just a second. It's Zakaria who turns it over. Hensley picks it up for the Hokies, who have looked dominant today. Doing well in possession and finding the back of the net twice already. Roche scored the first, and Quill put away the second. Here's Roche on it. He turns his man, but it's taken away by Caleb Woodard. Opening up is Alvarez. He goes forward to Jaggy. Beats Floki Stevenson, and Cooper Wenzel comes out. And it's well stopped. He clears his lines. Wenzel spent 4 years at CSUN. He was an All-Big West honoree in 2022. He comes to the Hokies this year and has been their main man between the sticks. Trey Gardner opens up and finds Johannes. Over to Floki Stevenson and forward to Hensley. Harrison Krieg on the left wing plays it back to Hensley, who started every game for the Hokies in 2023. He's on pace to do the same this year. He's already had 9 starts in 9 games as one of the team captains. Here's Hensley once again. He finds the other captain, Cardona, who goes forward to Quill. Quill turns Zakaria and finds Krieg on the left wing. Options in the box for Krieg, but he chooses Johannes. Johannes tries to swing it in, but it's blocked away by the Royals. And it will be a throw-in deep in the offensive third for the Virginia Tech Hokies. Here's Krieg, as I mentioned, spent time with the Virginia Tech club soccer team before walking on to the squad last year. He didn't play at all, but this year he's earned plenty of minutes, proving his worth to head coach Mike Brizendine. Trey Gardner on it now, driving forward, taking a big touch, and choosing to go back to Cardona. Ian Marcano on it now. Over to Roche, back to Gardner. Virginia Tech, a little tiki-taka here on the right wing. Into Roche, who turns, finds Johannes. Lots of room at the top of the box. He has a quick hit, and it just skids past the post. Evan Morris, and Morris laid out for it. Couldn't get his glove to it. It rolls out of bounds, and it's a goal kick for Queens. Morris plays forward to Zakaria. And it's cleared away by Andinge. It'll be a throw-in for Harrison Krieg. Coming out of Irvington, New York. He gives it in to Carter Hensley. Hensley swings it over to Willie Cardona. He only spent a year at Winthrop before coming to the Hokies. He was an all-freshman team member in 2021 there. as Marcano opens up and feeds Hensley. Back to Marcano. Virginia Tech slowing down the pace of play a little bit here as it's into Sullins. Back to Cardona, who drives forward. Tries to find Roche, but it's poked away by Woodard. Picked up by Adinge. Over to Cardona, who chests it down to Marcano. Johannes opens up, finds Krieg. Quill tries to settle it, but he's fouled. Coming from behind him was Rodrigo Canavas. Declan Quill, already a goal today. He's done well. Moving his way across the top of the box, creating opportunities for the Hokies. They've really played through him today in that number 9 role. Marcano stands over it. It'll be about 40 yards out. Don't expect a shot on net here. Carter Hensley with Marcano. Hensley runs over it. Marcano swings it in towards the back post. There is Gardner. He heads it down, but it's cleared off the inside of the 6 by Queens. It will be a corner kick for the Hokies. Going out to take it quickly is Hensley. He feeds Cardona. Cardona drives inside and finds Quill. And Quill will open up and play it back to Krieg. Virginia Tech choosing not to swing it into the box there as they have Johannes on the left wing. He takes a touch, moves it towards the back post. Trey Gardner's there, heads it across the box, cleared away by Adinge. Pumpian is on it now for the Royals, trying to reset their lines, but it's won back by Roche for Virginia Tech. He plays it across the top of the box and is fouled in the process. It'll be a free kick on the right side of the field for the Hokies. Foul goes against Pumpian. No card shown. Oliver Roche having himself a day already. Scored his first goal of the season. He was the first freshman to tie Danny Pereira's 5 goals in a season in 2019. He had the most goals by a freshman since then with 4. He had that winning goal against Queens last year, and he has the go-ahead today. He scored the first one. It's Marcano and Hensley who stand over it. Hensley the in-swinger. Marcano fakes. Hensley plays it. It's tipped on towards net by Johannes, but a foul called in the process. Evan Morris will set it down, the sophomore for the Royals, coming out of Fort Mill, South Carolina. He'll move his team up. And here comes the big ball forward. Won by Johannes for the Hokies. And picked up by Woodard, played back by Zakaria, and the Royals will have it before it gets cleared away by Canavas. That was a wayward pass, and Krieg will now have the throw-in for Virginia Tech. The Hokies really hit the portal this year. 11 of the 21 players that have appeared so far for Virginia Tech are newcomers. Harrison Krieg also made his debut this season, as I mentioned. Mike Brizendine, his 14th season alongside assistant head coach Patrick McSorley. They actually played together at JMU before coming to coach Virginia Tech. And here comes the free kick on the sideline for the Royals. They go back to the captain, Samuel Adinge. He led the Royals in minutes last year. He leads in minutes this year as it's won by Krieg and picked up by Johannes for Virginia Tech. The Hokies back on the ball, but Johannes can't find Hensley. It's taken away by Roche. Virginia Tech back with it. Andy Sullins opens up, keeps it and finds Cardona. Lots of room on the right wing for Cardona. He takes a touch and drives towards the end line. He chips it into the box. Roche has a hit, but he can't connect with it cleanly. It's saved well by Morris. Evan Morris getting a handful today already. Here comes the punt forward. Won by Feldman, flipped all the way back to Floki Stevenson. An advantage playing in the favor of Queens. Trey Gardner cleans up the lines for Virginia Tech. And he plays it over to Cardona. Into Marcano. Sullins opens up and switches the field. Krieg drives forward. He finds Quill. Quill takes a touch and it's poked away by Canovas. It'll be a throw-in for Quill and the Hokies. Declan Quill, a smile on his face as he's already scored one today. Krieg throws it into Sullins, who opens up and plays a big ball. On frame, saved well by Morris. Looked like it'd be a cross. It was actually a shot on goal. Virginia Tech's 9th shot of the game compared to the Royals' 4. They lead 2-0 so far. Morris plays a big ball forward. And it's settled by Harrison Krieg. Into Declan Quill. Step over, gets into the box, plays it across the 6, and getting a touch on it is Marcano. It takes a deflection and finds its way in. Ian Marcano, the 3rd goal scorer today, his 2nd goal of the season. And the 5'4" freshman out of Gaithersburg, Maryland, puts it away for the Hokies. They lead 3-0 very quickly. And the number 19 Virginia Tech Hokies putting things away. Here comes your replay. Played in by Quill. Marcano takes a touch. It deflects off Pumpian right into the bottom corner of Morris's net. Nothing Morris could do there. One of those unlucky deflections, and Ian Marcano gets his 2nd goal of the season. This is the game Virginia Tech needed. As I mentioned, they were on that 2-game skid. Here they are, already up 3-0. Going back into ACC play this Friday at UVA in the Commonwealth Clash. Here it is with Trey Gardner playing back to Cooper Wenzel, who's had a quiet day. And Krieg goes back to Wenzel once again. He opens up and finds Gardner, who plays forward to Roche, who tries to find Marcano, but it's taken away by Woodard. Over to Pumpian. Big ball into the box. There's no one there. It'll be collected by Krieg with tons of time. And he goes forward to Carter Hensley. And to Quill. Over to Cardona, who opens up and drives forward. The ball played forward and picked up by Morris. He collects it. And Queens will look to keep it this time. They've been playing direct, but they go back to trying to keep possession. Brandau on it. Johannes defending. Brandau turns him and plays forward to Bender. Bender gets crunched, but he gets it away to Jaggy. And looking for Feldman. Jaggy turns it over and gives it to Wenzel. Loki Stevenson finds Hensley and to Johannes. The rain calming down drastically here at Thompson Field. Cardona on it now. He drives forward and switches the field to Quill. Quill takes a touch on the left wing, cuts in on top of the box, has a hit, and it rolls safely into the hands of Evan Morris. Morris collects it well. And he'll roll it out to Woodard. Woodard didn't play in 2023 with the Royals, but he spent 2 years at Cape Fear Community College before making his way to Charlotte. Morris plays a big ball forward, and it's won by Cardona, flicked all the way back to Loki Stevenson. Who finds Carter Hensley. And Virginia Tech just choosing to keep things, but it goes forward to Andy Sullins, who turns and finds Johannes. Matthias Johannes spent 2 seasons at Kentucky and missed the 2022 season with injury. But he's done incredibly well for the Hokies this year as that ball was hit over the bar by Declan Quill. And now we'll see our first changes from either squad. For Virginia Tech, They bring on 3, and so do the Royals. The Hokies have added another tally to their season this year. In all but 2 games now, the Virginia Tech Hokies have scored. Their first goal has come after a substitution has been made up top. So the only 2 games that go against that were when the Hokies went to Furman and today. Here is the goal kick from Morris. It's lumped forward and won by Ethan Hackenberg, coming on for the first time today. His first touch, he tries to chip Morris, and it's caught cleanly. On it now is Felipe Marti. Over to Idinge. Into Woodard. Pressure being brought by the Hokies. Marcano applying it on Pumpian. It was a change of the 3 men up top for Virginia Tech. On it right now is CJ Coppola. He plays in, and it's just missing the frame from Ethan Hackenberg. His eyes open there. It was deflected away. Hackenberg coming in. He leads the Hokies in goals this season with 3. Doing very well. He played 2 seasons at Coastal Carolina before coming to Virginia Tech. He's converted all 3 from the penalty spot this season. He also spent the spring of 2022 with Florida Gulf Coast after an All-American campaign with CCBC Essex in London, England. Here is the corner from Marcano. He swings in towards the front post, flicked on by Gardner, and cleared away by the Royals. It's Zakaria with it. He opens up and chips it forward, and it's collected by Brandau. It goes back to Zakaria. And now it's Felipe Marti out of Argentina with it. He moves it over to Woodard. Big ball forward from Woodard. Through on goal is Oliver Neer. He takes a touch, and Cooper Wenzel comes out with a big stop. It's picked up by Krieg. Virginia Tech, a little lackluster defense there, but Cooper Wenzel able to clean the lines as he plays forward. And now on it is Coppola, but Ethan Hackenberg called for a foul in the process. Here comes a quick replay of that shot from Neer. It was a big ball from Woodard putting him in. And right here, just a great job from Cooper Wenzel to make himself big before the shot. And as we check back in, it's the Royals on the ball. But Ethan Hackenberg was fouled in the process. Or my apologies, CJ Coppola, wearing the mask today, was fouled in the process. Coppola, another transfer for the Hokies. He comes from St. Louis, where he spent 2 seasons. As on it right now is Hackenberg. He goes forward, and it's collected by Alex Perez. And played out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for Evan Morris. Only 10 minutes left to go in the first half. It's been a good one for Virginia Tech as they lead 3-0 over Queens. Here is the goal kick. Getting the first touch is Alex Perez for Virginia Tech. And they'll call it off Brandau, so it will be a Hokies throw-in. Krieg comes forward to take it. Perez collects, coming out of the Philly Union Academy. On it is Marcano. He chips it over the top to Coppola, who takes the touch around Idinge. Coppola in the corner with it. Finds Cardona. Cardona turns it over quickly, but Johannes wins it back for Virginia Tech. Brandau in defense for the Royals. Over to Perez, back to Johannes. It's finally stopped raining here at Thompson Field as Marcano picks it up and plays back to Floki Stevenson. Krieg with it, goes forward to Hensley. Virginia Tech really keeping possession now. Not posing much threat to the back line of the Royals, but playing technical soccer. Coming forward is Trey Gardner, into Coppola and back to Cardona. Big ball over the top. It's Johannes on it again. Krieg into Hackenberg. He looks to cross, and it's headed away by Felipe Marti. It will be a corner kick for the Hokies. They've done well to generate corner kicks this year. They average 6.86 per game. That's tied 4th in the ACC. Here is Marcano on it. Perez with him as the short option. Swung in deep towards the front post. Headed across the line by Trey Gardner. Slipping on his way to it. And going out for another corner. Almost getting there was Noah Uemana, the 2023 ACC All-Freshman team member. Already has a goal this season. He was a stalwart at left back for the Hokies last year. And now taking the corner kick, it will be Alex Perez. Another freshman for the Hokies, swings it in towards the back post. Uemana is there, picking it up is Johannes. He plays back to Hackenberg, chipped in towards the goal and punched away by Evan Morris. It's another corner kick for Virginia Tech. Marcano will head out there to take it once again. Morris doing well to protect his line. He's given up 3 today, but 5 saves. All the blame is definitely not on him. Pair is short with Marcano. And here comes the delivery. Swung in towards the center of the goal. It's punched high by Morris. Taking a touchdown and collecting it is Floki Stevenson, and cleared away for a throw-in deep in the corner by Dinge. Going over to take it is Cardona. And Cardona will hand it off to Trey Gardner. Gardner's brother played at JMU and won the 2017 FCS National Championship. Over Trey Gardner, coming over from Davidson where he spent 4 seasons, has that long throw and gets it in. All the way out to Cardona, who has a hit. First time, headed away by Dinge. It was on target. Cardona looking to score a worldie there. It's another corner for the Hokies. Willie Cardona named one of the captains for Virginia Tech this season. Let's watch that strike again. Big throw from Gardner, and it bounces out, and Cardona's eyes got wide as he leathers it towards the top corner, but Dinge able to head it away from goal. It's a lofting ball into the box over the head of Gardner from Marcano. Trying to get on it is Capola, and he pulls Zakaria down in the process. It's a free kick for the Royals. The 31-man roster for Queens is consisted of 9 different countries and 9 different U.S. states, including 10 guys from the state of North Carolina. They're 0-1 against top 25 opponents since joining Division I. In that loss, they fell to number 21 Lipscomb in 2022. Here they are trailing 3-0 to number 19 Virginia Tech. As Morrison plays it forward, it's flicked on by Floki Stevenson and picked up by Caden Witt. He plays in, but it's blocked away. Stevenson opens up and finds Krieg. Virginia Tech with a chance to counter now, but Krieg will choose to slow things down. As Perez, my apologies, picks it up. And Floki Stevenson has it once again. Back to Uemana. Into Perez. He plays a big ball over to Trey Gardner. Gardner was a captain last season at Davidson, where he spent 4 seasons before coming to Virginia Tech. He actually scored against the Hokies in 2022. Here's Krieg playing back to Perez. Gardner now finds himself as one of the main men in defense for Virginia Tech. Cardona plays forward to Uemana. Back to Cardona, who looks in to Capola, but it's taken away by Marti. But Cardona gets back on it, taking it away from Pumpian. Uemana plays forward to Capola. Capola turns. And Nathan Tozy able to shield it away from Capola and draw the foul Felipe Marte, who spent 3 years at USC Upstate, coming out of Rosario, Argentina, the same birthplace as Lionel Messi. As Caleb Woodard stands over it. Woodard plays a big ball forward. Added on in the air by Neer. Parrish trying to get there, but it's Caden Witt on it. Witt plays back to Pumpian. Coming back in defense is Ethan Hackenberg. Virginia Tech looks to get back on it. But doing well to spin away is Witt. He plays forward to Neer, who has a shot on net, but it rolls just wide, and it goes out for a goal kick. So Cooper Wenzel will have it on the 6. Defended well by Floki Stevenson. Coming into today, Cooper Wenzel had 23 saves. A bit of a more quiet day for him. Not a lot of threatening attacks coming his way. And Floki Stevenson plays forward to Harrison Krieg. Into Perez. Back to Krieg, and just like that, Virginia Tech breaks the line of Queens. Krieg running forward. He finds the feet of Coppola. Coppola drives and gives to Marcano. Back to Coppola. He plays across the box, and it's cleared off the line by Woodard. Ethan Hackenberg was there ready to score. He has his hands on his head. He knew that would have been a tap-in. Coppola with brilliant play there. Here comes your replay. Coppola just dribbles one, feeds Marcano, and makes a beautiful run behind the back line. Getting past Tozy and just missing the feet of Hackenberg. And here comes the corner kick from Perez. He swings it deep into the box. It's headed on, framed by Noe Uimana. Coppola settles it in the 6, and it's cleared away by Andij. Picked up by Marcano, who has a hit, cleared away by Andij again. It's still with Virginia Tech as Perez has it on the right wing. He swings it in towards the back post. Floki Stevenson is there, but it's headed away by Queens. Playing forward, picked up by Trey Gardner on the top of the 18. He finds Coppola. And Coppola turns, chips it towards the back post. Ethan Hackenberg has it on frame. It's cleared away by Queens once again, and now on it is Zakaria. He plays forward, picked up by Pumpian. Cardona defending for the Hokies. And Pumpian forced to go backwards, and he's fouled in the process. Tozy cleared it away, but Paris came in with the foul. It'll be a free kick at half field for Queens, and a little bit of excitement at the end of the first half as Virginia Tech leads 3-0. The first goal came from Oliver Roche, followed up by a goal. Load up half-field line, looking to attack early. They know they have to change the pace of play if they want to get back into it, and Zakaria plays forward. Brandau takes a touch, and Marti heads it on, taken away by Hensley. Quill picks it up for the Hokies and goes back to Noe Uimana, the usual left-back starter for the Hokies, starting the second half as he rested for about the first 30 minutes of the first. Here is Floki Stevenson on it. He plays over to his partner in the center back duo of Trey Gardner. Stevenson back on it and finds the captain, Carter Hensley. Hensley plays over the top to Uimana, who has room to work. He takes a touch pass and Dinge. Squares it across the box, but it's saved well by Evan Morris. Coming off his line and making a strong save to start off the second half with only under a minute played. That could have very easily made it 4-0. "19 shots for the Hokies so far today as Floki Stevenson wins it into the air. It's added on by Marti, and offside is Oliver Neer. He looked to settle it down and play it through. So it'll be a free kick for Virginia Tech. Floki Stevenson opens up and plays Trey Gardner quickly. And the Hokies have looked to possess for most of the game. They haven't really allowed Queens to maintain possession. But right there, Declan Quill turns it over. Brandau picks it up, but Uimana gets back on it before turning it over. It's Dinge playing into Zakaria. He goes back to Woodard. Woodard drives forward before finding Pumpian. And it's cleared out of bounds by Oliver Roach to take the throw in will be Pumpian. He gives in to Amin Ibrahim. It's played over the top from Queens and cleared away by Virginia Tech. Ibrahim picks it up again and finds Pumpian. Played forward to Neer. Neer had a strong one-on-one opportunity in the first half, but was unable to convert off a strong save by Cooper Wenzel, and right there it takes a deflection off of Floki Stevenson out of bounds, so it will be a corner kick for Queens. Going over to take it is Zakaria. It's only Queens' second corner kick today. Let's see what they'll do with it. Zakaria swings it in deep in towards the back post. Idinj is there. He gets a touch on it. It's bouncing around in the 6, cleared off the line. Amin Ibrahim takes a touch. It's still in the box for the University of Charlotte, and it's finally cleared away by Virginia Tech. Declan Quill picking it up for the Hokies. He opens up and plays a big switch across the field, settled by Carter Hensley, who finds Willie Cardona. Over to Marcano, one of the goal scorers today. The boys in Blacksburg have been buzzing in their typical orange and maroon, as Cardona has it and gives it over to Carter Hensley. Marcano picks it up and swings it to Trey Gardner. Virginia Tech switching the point of attack. It's Noe Uimana on it now. Virginia Tech just possessing across their back line. It goes forward to Andy Sullins, cleared away by Pumpian up the line, and Carter Hensley slides and gets a touch on it. It's picked up by Willie Cardona. Declan Quill finds it in the midfield. He goes back to Marcano and opens up to Johannes. Over to Uimana. Uimana is actually trained with the Philly Union first team as Quill turns his man, and it's taken away by Marti. Johannes jumps on it, and Noe Uimana picks it up once again. Uimana driving, feeding inside to Marcano. He chips it over the top, looking for Uimana. It's taken away, and Oliver Roche has a shot on target over the net. It goes out of bounds for a goal kick. Evan Morrison will take it, and we'll look right back at that. Clear off the line from Virginia Tech on the last corner for Queens. Here it is. Zakaria swings it in. It's deep towards the back post, and Idinj, it comes off his shoulder, bounces, and Neer gets a touch on goal. Cleared off the line by Stevenson. Amin Ibrahim tried to turn, but there was just nothing for him there, and Virginia Tech was able to clear their lines. It was very nearly 3-1 as Johannes wins that goal kick. Running through on it quickly is Roche. Cleared away off out of the box by Morris. And getting over to clear it up the line is Pumpian, but Marcano with a beautiful sliding stop to move it out of bounds, and Virginia Tech's bench is starting to make some noise. Here is the throw in from Pumpian. Marcano, one of the U15 U.S. national team call-up members, spending time in the U.S. and in Spain as he played for CF Millet, who resides in the La Liga. And now through is Oliver Roche. He picks it up, takes a touch, plays across the box, and it's cleared away by Brandau. Going forward is Bender, and Noe Uimana will be called for a foul. He thought it was shoulder-to-shoulder contact there. Doesn't like the call. He'll work his way to the back line. It's a free kick for Queens. It's Felipe Marti standing over the free kick right now. And both Marti and Canavas made their way towards it to take the kick. Finally, Canavas just clears it, and Cooper Wenzel comes off his line and plays it into the stands. It's a throw-in for Queens in the attacking third. They haven't spent much time here today, but they've looked dangerous so far in the second half. Here is the throw-in from Bender. He finds the feet of Zakaria. Defending is Hensley. And playing in is Bender, but he mishits that one out of bounds, and Cooper Wenzel will have himself a very easy goal kick. Wenzel quickly plays in. He has had himself a fantastic day already this season. Has put up 4 clean sheets, looking to make it 5 today as Trey Gardner finds Marcano. And it goes back to Gardner. Opening up is Stevenson, playing forward to Declan Quill. He goes back to Johannes, who plays it deep into the corner. Chasing is Andy Sullen, but will be easily picked up by Pumpian, who turns towards his box and now tries to clear it up the line, but Marcano picks it up on the left wing. He drives forward, finds Roche on top of the box, who beats a man, but it's taken away. Cleared away by Marti for the Royals, just as far as Cardona. Gardner beats his man up top, and Emin Ibrahim. And now Carter Hensley can slow things down for Virginia Tech. He finds Gardner. Gardner with tons of room. Chooses to go back to Floki Stevenson. Gardner on it. Playing forward to Cardona. One touch into Marcano. Back to Cardona. And finding Andy Sullen with room to work. He looks to slip in Roche, but it's taken away by Pumpian. Back to Morris, who clears forward. And it's won by Trey Gardner. Turning is Cardona. Virginia Tech back on it. Cardona with it. He opens up to Johannes. Hensley. Feeds Uimana. Sliding and making the stop is Bender, but Uimana able to stay with it. And it rolls out of bounds for a throw-in in the corner. Uimana will give it all the way back to Johannes. The Kentucky transfer looks to feed in to Quill. Marti got a touch, but Johannes able to stay with it. It's Marcano on it now. Cardona. Marcano. Into Johannes. Virginia Tech just moving it around. Here is Uimana. He cuts inside on his left foot, gets it back after a 1-2 with Sullen. Uimana to Johannes. Now it's Gardner. Into Quill. Over to Marcano, who plays into the corner for Cardona. Back to Marcano. Right side of the 18. And it's Cardona again. He chips in towards Roche. And it's headed away out of bounds by Woodard. And a foul called on Oliver Roche. In the process, it's a free kick inside the box of Queens. Roche has a goal today. And he's been a menace up top. Not much Queens has been able to do about him cutting in and out of their back line. Coming from Odense, Denmark, he has been a stud up top for Virginia Tech. Here he is, Roche on it, taken away by Zakaria. Pumpian opens up and finds Zakaria once again. Johannes coming over to apply the pressure, and Zakaria dribbles his way out of bounds. It's a throw-in for Virginia Tech. Cardona to take it. He feeds Marcano. And it's over to Gardner. Into the feet of Wenzel. Cooper Wenzel takes his time with it. No need for Virginia Tech to hit the gas. They have a comfortable lead to work with. Here is Gardner. Into Marcano. Cardona. Opens up. Finds Stevenson. Queens starting to bring a press. Uimana on it. He finds the feet of Roche. Roche turns Idinge. He gets past Zakaria and feeds it over to Andy Sullen. Sullen driving forward with room. Finds Cardona on the right wing. Cardona chips it into the box. It's cleared out of bounds by Pumpian, and it's another corner for Virginia Tech. Hensley goes over to take it. The Hokies have looked dangerous on corner so far as we get a look at Willie Cardona, the senior captain for Virginia Tech, who tried to swing in that cross before it was played out of bounds.
Virginia Tech corner kick.
It's the 8th corner kick for Virginia Tech today compared to only 2 for Queens. Here's Hensley to deliver. It's swung in deep towards the back post. Roche gets a touch and hits it over the bar. Oliver Roche is going to be kicking himself after that one. He had a chance to make it 2 for himself on today and earn himself a brace. Instead, he can't find the target, and it will be a goal kick for Evan Morris. We'll look at that one again. Carter Hensley swung it in towards the back post, and Oliver Roche was all alone in the 6. And he just caught it wrong and skied it. Here is the free kick. And it's brought down by Brandau. He drives forward. Hensley trying to get a touch on it. Brandau plays forward. Advantage was called on it. So it will go back to be a free kick for Queens. Carter Hensley just tried to slide in from behind and poke it away from Brandau, unable to make connection with the ball. Free kick on its way. Felipe Marti stands over it. He spent 2020 at Marshall, where he won the College Cup. He was a 2-time Big South All-Conference member and a first-teamer in 2023. He plays it in, and Samuel Adai just tries to keep it. Ends up punting it sky high and out of bounds for a goal kick for Cooper Wenzel. Wenzel will take his time here. No rush for the Hokies. Rolls it over to Floki Stevenson. We'll just give it into the feet of Cooper Wenzel. DJ Iceman Floki Stevenson works his way up the field. We mentioned in the first half that Floki Stevenson is a notorious DJ in Iceland, but he didn't bring his turntables to Virginia Tech. He's chosen to focus on soccer while he's in the States. It's played over the top. Queens is on it. It's Michelle Feldman and Trey Gardner with a beautiful sliding tackle to clear it out of bounds. Nothing Feldman can do there. It's a throw in for the Royals. Pumpian taking his time. We look at Trey Gardner, who transferred from Davidson to Virginia Tech. Here's the throw in from Pumpian. It's taken away by Marcano. Turning is Hensley. Virginia Tech has a chance to counter. They go forward to Noe Uimana. He beats Bender, and Uimana's pass is picked off by Canovas, who lumps it over the top. Amin Ibrahim was offsides. The forward coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina in his freshman season. So it'll be a Virginia Tech ball. Ibrahim just jumped the line. And Uimana is on it now. He opens up and plays back to Floki Stevenson. Over to Gardner. Trey Gardner finds Johannes. Mateus goes into Andy Sullen. Cardona on it now. Over to Johannes. Inside, it's Declan Quill. Back out to Hensley. The captain gets his pocket picked. It's Kyle Brandau who feeds forward to Michelle Feldman. Here comes the German. He drives down the right wing, cuts inside in the box, has a hit, and it rolls safely into the hands of Cooper Wenzel. Michelle Feldman was an NCAA Division I men's All-Atlantic Region honor. In 2023, he was an ASUN second-team All-Conference member, and he had 6 goals and 4 assists with a team-high 16 points. Here is Mateus Johannes on it for Virginia Tech. Willie Cardona plays forward into the feet of Oliver Roche. Roche cuts back, finds Marcano. Marcano drives across the top of the 18. Travella pass over to Noe Uimana. Uimana beats Bender, chips it in towards the back post. It's headed away by Idinge, just as far as Carter Hensley. Hensley keeps it and finds Uimana. He takes a big touch, spins his way back and chooses to keep it. It's Hensley on it once again. Turning is Johannes. His ball's taken away by Feldman, but Johannes wins it back, and a foul called there. Michelle Feldman on the ground holding his leg. It's the 13th foul on Virginia Tech today. Make it 14. Queens only 5. Queens typically averages 10.88 per game. So they've actually played a cleaner brand of soccer than they're used to today. They also are second in the ASUN in yellow cards per game, where they have 2.88. Ball played over the top and won by Cardona for Virginia Tech. Marcano picks it up and goes to Johannes. And now Trey Gardner will play it back to Cooper Wenzel. And opening up with it is Floki Stevenson. He goes forward to Carter Hensley. Back to Stevenson. Virginia Tech taking their time, no need to rush. They're 27 minutes away from a clean sheet and a 3-0 victory. In the first half, those three goals, was the most goals that Virginia Tech has scored in a half all season, as Johannes is on it. And Cardona opens up and finds Stevenson. He plays over to Hensley. Hensley feeds Uwimana forward. He has room to work. Uwimana turns back, Bender defending. Ball into Quill. Quill chips it across the box. Getting a touch on it was Andy Sullins, but he skies it over the bar for a goal kick. Andy Sullins spent his freshman year at UVA. He'll have a homecoming next week as the Hokies travel back to Charlotte. Here is the replay. Uwimana turns and finds Quill. And Declan Quill was able to just get around Cannavaro on the corner. And Andy Sullins just puts it over the bar and out of bounds. On it is Cardona for the Hokies. He plays forward to Marcano. Marcano finds Sullen, who opens up and looks forward to Johannes. It's just too far ahead of him. And Evan Morris able to come off his line and make the save. Morris had 3 losses coming into today and only 1 win. And if the result stays, it will be 4 losses for the Queens goalkeeper. As Trey Gardner's on it, but Amin Ibrahim picks it up for Queens. He finds forward to Pumpian. Pumpian opens up, no one in the box with him, and Floki Stevenson makes a sliding tackle to force it out of bounds. It's the 3rd corner kick today for Queens. We saw some danger on their last corner kick. Let's see what they dial up here. Floki Stevenson in his freshman year for Virginia Tech played for Valor FC in Iceland and actually won the 2019 Gothia Cup, which is a tournament in Europe composed of over 17,000 squads. Opening up is Declan Quill. Left by Roche. Marcano opens up, Travella pass. Over to Sullins, and he's called off sides. Sullins was right on the line. It was definitely close. Andy Sullins had a chance to be through one-on-one. And here is Johannes on it. Declan Quill with it. He opens up to Floki Stevenson. Marcano turns. Finds Johannes. Quill on it. Quill drives down the line. Tries to play into Roche. It's picked off by Adinge, who plays forward to the feet of Feldman. Trey Gardner defending closely. Johannes on it now. And Pumpian lofts it forward. Morris is there. It's headed away by Gardner. Uwimana will have time to settle it, and Virginia Tech has done incredibly well on those balls over the top today. And here is Cardona. He plays forward to Sullen, who picks it up and tries to find the feet of Quill, but a foul is called in the process. Center official Brandon Marion let advantage play for Sullen. So Carter Hensley will take the free kick for Virginia Tech. He chooses to play quick, trying to find the feet of Roche. It's picked up by Marty for Queens, and now it's Brandau with it. He gets it poked away by Hensley, but gets back on it quickly. Turning now is Bender. He has room to work. Defending quickly is Declan Quill. Bender turns and plays back to Marty. Forward to Brandau, and they open up to Pumpian. Queens looking to make some changes at the next dead ball. Pumpian goes forward to Feldman. Back to Pumpian. And a beautiful tackle there from Cardona. He got every piece of that one. And Cardona plays forward to Johannes. That is why Cardona is a captain. He makes plays like that. Here is Mateus Johannes, who finds Marcana. Uwimana. Into Quill. Overlapping is Uwimana. And he'll receive it. Quickly in defense is Bender. Uwimana shields. And recycles to Carter Hensley. Marcano with it. Played into Quill. Left for Sullins, who takes a touch and hits it off the bar into the feet of Bender. Andy Sullen had a chance to make it 4 once again. Bender clears it away just as far as Hensley for Virginia Tech. Uwimana picks it up and finds Hensley once again. Hensley with time in the midfield. Finds Oliver Roche. He opens up and plays to Cardona. Cardona swings it in towards the center of the 18. Ian Marcano settles under it, takes a touch, has a hit, and it's cleared away by Canovas for a corner. Here's a look at that Andy Sullins hit off the bar. He took a beautiful touch around his defender and then just ripped it off the crossbar. Beautiful turn by Declan Quill as well to play that ball in. Pumpian, nothing he could do about it. And Andy Sullen just skies it off the bar. So to take the corner now, it's Marcano. Quick pause being held up by Brandon Marion as substitutions are made for Queens. Each change has been made. Mike Brizendine calling in subs as well from his bench. And here comes the corner from Marcana. He lofts it in towards the middle of the box. It's flicked on by Floki Stevenson over the bar and out of bounds for a goal kick. Morris with 7 saves today will have himself another goal kick as he drops it for Marty. Felipe Marti opens up. Marcano makes his way over. It's played forward for Jaggy, but taken away by Mateus Johannes. He is an absolute rock at that CDM position. And a hard foul there coming from Marti against Roche. Oliver Roche scored the go-ahead goal for Virginia Tech today. He had the first one, his first goal of the season here in his 6th start for Virginia Tech this season. Last season he had 4 goals. It was the most from a freshman since Danny Pereira in 2019. So now Johannes plays over to Hensley, who has Brandau all over his back, and Brandau takes it off his foot. It's played forward from Bender towards Jaggy. Gardner defending and trying to clear it, but Jaggy stays on it. He finds the feet of Zakaria. Zakaria opens up and gives it to Alvarez. Alvarez takes a touch forward, has a hit. It's cleared away by Gardner and settled by Declan Quill. 3v3 opportunity for Virginia Tech. Quill opens up. Looking forward, he keeps driving. 4-on-4 now as Marcano joins him. Declan Quill slows things down and switches the field to the feet of Andy Sullins. Sullins gets by Bender, has a hit on frame, but it's well saved by Evan Morris. His 8th save of the day. And it's still 3-0 Virginia Tech as Morris throws it out quickly to Tozy. Tozy came in to replace Pumpian with that substitution for the Royals as Marti clears it forward, and it's taken away by Cardona. Opening up is Marcano. He switches it to Uwimana. Turning is Johannes. Back to Stevenson. Gardner. Trying to find Floki Stevenson, chips it into Jaggy. Gardner stays on it and gives it to Marcano. Back to Gardner, and there he just turns it over. Mike Brizendine wasn't happy with it. Looking at his grad transfer center back Trey Gardner, and wondering what is he doing there as we see 4 changes for Virginia Tech. Marcano comes off.
Number 10, Marcos Esco, and number 9, Alex Perez.
Along with Andy Sullen, Oliver Roche. And Alex Perez comes on. Declan Quill will make his way to the bench as well. Also coming on for the Hokies is Marcos Esco for the first time today. Ethan Hackenberg joined the team on the field, and so did CJ Coppola with that change. Going forward now for Queens is Zakaria. He gives it to Jaggi, who flips forward for Feldman. It's headed away by Uimana and picked up by Cardona. Back to Uimana, who clears forward for Virginia Tech and out of bounds. It's a throw-in for Queens. Nathan Tozy on it. Tozy throws forward. It's cleared away by Gardner. Tozy will throw once again. The sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama. Gives it into Marty. Tozy back on it. He tries to swing it in, and he hits it out of bounds. It's a goal kick for Cooper Wenzel. Wenzel hasn't had to worry too much today. He's made big saves when his number's been called, but Virginia Tech is mostly dominated in possession. Only 5 saves today for Cooper Wenzel. As Uimana plays forward to Escos. Escos picks it up and goes back to Uimana. Into Perez, picked up by Cardona. Chipped over the top, Hackenberg making his way to it. And it's taken away by Tozy. Hackenberg pressuring in the corner. Tozy clears it up the line. Cardona gets a piece of it. And Coppola picks it up for Virginia Tech. Back over to Cardona. He swings it into the box, looking for Escos. It goes out of bounds. Willie Cardona has had himself a phenomenal day in that right back position for Virginia Tech. Here's a big ball that he wins with his head, and it goes down to Alex Perez. Perez plays forward to Coppola. Swung over to Hackenberg. Cross in. Escos is there, but it's cleared away by Canovas. Out for a corner. Making his way over to it is Alex Perez to take it. Virginia Tech has been dominant. 26 shots compared to 9 from Queens today. Here comes Perez to take the corner. He delivers. On the ground is Tozy. Foul called. And it will be a free kick inside the box for Queens. 15 minutes left to go in the second half. It was called against Mateus Johannes, South Riding Virginia native. It's the 15th foul on Virginia Tech today. Only 7 on Queens. But center referee Brandon Marion is yet to go and book a player today. Nothing that has warranted a yellow card. Here is the goal kick from Evan Morris. Over the head of Johannes and picked up by Zakaria. Taken away by Virginia Tech. Coppola looks to get on it. And Johannes with a big tackle, but Zakaria stays with it. He chips it over the top, a through ball to Jaggi. Gardner defending for Virginia Tech. Jaggi cuts inside side of the top of the box. Jaggi swings it to Bender. Bender going against Hesley, gives it to Feldman. Feldman turns it over. It's picked off by Johannes. Escos goes forward, a 3v3 opportunity for Virginia Tech. Escos opens up and finds Perez streaking down the right wing. Perez cuts inside and feeds to Hackenberg, and Idinge gets there and clears it away for the Royals. It's a throw-in for Virginia Tech on the right touchline. Coming over to take it is Hackenberg. The Hokies will want to get the ball in play quickly as Cardona picks it up and feeds Perez. Back to Hensley. Hensley into Perez. Stevenson on it. Uimana has it. Stevenson. Hensley. To Uimana. Taken away by Bender. Hensley picks it off for Virginia Tech once again. Hensley back on it, beating two and dribbling out of bounds. But it was last touched by Kaio Brandao, the SAC All-Conference second-teamer and USC All-Region third-teamer coming out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And now Willie Cardona will see his day end, along with Mateus Johannes. Coming in to replace is Jonas Kire and Evan Schroeder. Uemana throws in to Eskos. Uemana back with it, opening up and finding Floki Stevenson. Here is Evan Schroeder's first touch of the day. He spent 2 years at Georgia State before coming to Virginia Tech. Perez plays over to Stevenson. Hensley with it. Tons of time for Carter Hensley. He goes back to Gardner. Stevenson to Gardner. Schroeder plays down the line and finds Hackenberg on the through ball. Felipe Marti lays out and makes contact with Hackenberg. That will most likely draw a booking, and it does. Felipe Marti picks up a yellow card. Ethan Hackenberg still down. He's back on his feet. It's the first booking we've seen today, and it comes after 65 minutes of play. Standing over it is Perez and Hackenberg. Perez the in-swinger. It was Marte who picked up the yellow. Here's the delivery. Perez towards the near post, well kept by Evan Morris.
Yellow card was awarded to number 4 on Queens, Felipe Marti.
Felipe Marti, in only his 4th appearance this year with the Royals, earns himself a booking, the first booking of the day. And Morris sends a sky-high punt towards the direction of Schroeder, who wins it. Jaggy on it. Kire with his first touch of the day. He delivers it back over to Brandao, who chips it over the top for Feldman. And coming off his line is Cooper Wenzel, and off sides was Feldman in the process. So it will be a free kick for Virginia Tech. A clever piece of play there from Brandao, but Feldman didn't check his line. As Hensley quickly plays over to Uemana, who goes forward to Eskos and Coppola, who are playing the same run. Coppola drives forward down the end line now, and he dribbles out of bounds for a goal kick for Queens. Virginia Tech, after having a dominant first half, has not shown much danger on net today, as Coppola, who transferred from St. Louis, was an A-10 championship all-tournament team member, an Iowa Gatorade Player of the Year. In the A-10, he was a regular season and tourney champ. He was an Offensive Player of the Week last year on September 25th. Here is the goal kick from Morris. He plays it deep, and it's won by Hensley, settled on by Eskos, who turns his man. And Eskos looks to play forward and gets back on it. Taking it away is Caden Witt. Witt plays a big ball over the top. Cooper Wenzel is there for Virginia Tech to open up and find Evan Schroeder. Schroeder plays forward to Perez. And Perez finds Jonas Kire. Kire gives to Stevenson. Swung over to Schroeder. 10 minutes left to go, and Virginia Tech looks to keep it. Stevenson on it. Into Kire. Schroeder. Hackenberg. Kire gives to Stevenson. Virginia Tech taking their time in possession as Stevenson launches it from about 45 yards out over the bar. Floki Stevenson decided why not have one. He's got a smile on his face after it. The Icelandic native. And here is another goal kick for Evan Morris. Under 9.5 minutes left to go. And it's A big header there from Feldman. Stevenson came up and drew the foul into the back of Feldman. An interesting minute there for Floki Stevenson. He shoots from about 45 yards out and then draws a foul at half field. Here is Idinge with the free kick. He lumps it towards the back post. It's headed away by Schroeder, picked up by Hensley. Virginia Tech has numbers here, 5 against 4. Playing deep across the box is Hackenberg. It's picked up by Eskos. He works against Caden Witt. Eskos getting along the line, and it's cleared away by Queens. Picking it up now is Brandau. He plays over to Jaggy. Jaggy takes a touch towards the sideline. And looking to play fancy is Brandau. He turns it over, and now it's Perez on it. Hackenberg gives it back to Schroeder. Gardner to Stevenson. Hensley with it. Curé. Back to Hensley. Curé with lots of room, playing that 6th position, taking off Mateus Johannes. Forward to Perez. Perez takes his time. Curé. Back to Perez. Hensley. Uimana with it. He plays into Eskos. Witt defending. Eskos chips it into the center of the box. Capola takes a touch. Perez has a hit and finds the back of the net. Alex Perez with his 2nd goal of the year to make it 4-0 Virginia Tech with 7.5 minutes left to go. Clinical play from the Hokies, and they put the dagger into Queens. Perez goes and celebrates with the team. Mike Brizendine couldn't be happier. Let's look at that one again. Eskos just drives down past Caden Witt, plays in, and Capola takes a touchback, and Perez just rips it into the back of the net. Tons of room, unmarked, inside the 18. He's going to put that one away every day of the week. 4-0 Hokies. Brizendine quickly talking things over with his assistant coaches. Virginia Tech won't make any changes. The Hokies will go on next week, this Friday, to take on UVA in the Commonwealth Clash. And this is a great morale booster for the boys in Blacksburg. Here is driving forward is Eskos. Over to Capola. He goes back to Hensley. Big switch collected by Perez, the goal scorer, into Curé. Schroeder on it. Back to Curé. Pressure coming. And he cleanly finds Hensley. Delivered into Capola. Touching forward to Hackenberg. Hackenberg looked to play in. Perez just too heavy of a touch. And it's collected cleanly by Evan Morris, who rolls it out. Hackenberg leads Virginia Tech in goals this year with 3. But he's been unable to find the score sheet today. Going forward is Bender for Queens. Zakaria finds Witt. To Zakaria. Virginia Tech bringing a press. It's a line of contention as soon as Queens looks to get just about 10 yards inside Virginia Tech's half. The Hokies start to press. Witt plays forward, and it's taken away by Hensley. He's looking for the feet of Hackenberg, but it's poked away by Tozy. Curé in defense against Zakaria. Shoves the back of Zakaria. That's a clean foul. And now it's Roberto Alvarez opening up and finding Bender. Just over 5 minutes left to go here at Thompson Field as Carter Hensley takes it away and wins it back for Virginia Tech. He goes to the feet of Uimana into Curé. Curé opens up and finds Hensley. Hensley, a big switch to Hackenberg. Hackenberg takes a big touch forward. He has room to work, finds inside to Coppola, who chips it over the bar. Coppola had basically an empty net, and he was unable to put it on frame. It remains 4-0 Virginia Tech. We'll take another look at that, as it was a beautiful ball from Carter Hensley over to Hackenberg, who just tried to roll Coppola in,
Number 8, Cesar Mendoza,
and he just put too much on it.
And number 26, Brock Graham.
2 changes being made by both squads.
Number 23, Sergio Fenaritis.
Noe Uimana and Trey Gardner coming off for Virginia Tech. And Michelle Feldman and Kyle Brandau coming off for Queens. Here is the goal kick with 5 minutes left from Morris. Curie wins it in the air, and in the process he pushed against the back of Cesar Mendoza, one of the new entries for Queens. Mendoza quickly gives to Zakaria, and it's Alvarez on it. He opens up and finds Bender. Queens trying to at least put one away and save themselves from being held scoreless. Here is Tozy inside the box. He gives to Zakaria, who turns back out. Hit from Mendoza. He just misses wide and out of bounds for a goal kick. It's Cooper Wenzel. Mendoza, in one of his first touches of the game, has a long hit and just can't find the frame. Here's Stevenson. He plays back to Wenzel, and Wenzel gives it to Schroeder. Schroeder plays forward. It's on the feet of Hackenberg, and running through the back of him is Canovas. Hackenberg still down, shaken up by that hit. It'll be a free kick for Virginia Tech. Just under 4 minutes left to play. Curie opens up and plays back to Stevenson. Here is Hensley. Eskos. It's Hackenberg. He loses it, taken away by Witt. Mendoza plays back to Idinge, who clears it forward. Settling it is Uimana. Perez plays forward. Coppola on it. He gives to Uimana. One more to Perez. Perez takes the touch forward, has another hit, and that is wayward. Out of bounds for a goal kick for Evan Morris. Perez looking to earn himself a brace there, coming from Philly Union's academy. Was a 2023 Generation Adidas Cup champion and a 2022 MLS Next playoff champion. Perez in his freshman year for Virginia Tech. Earned himself his second goal of the season already. And he has 2 assists as well to go alongside it. Big ball forward from Morris. Won by Curie. Settled by Hensley. Hensley dribbling through bodies of Queens. Gets past 3 guys before feeding forward to Coppola, who turns it over, and it's picked up by Jaggi. Jaggi picks his head up and drives forward against 5 Virginia Tech defenders. He feeds Brock Gammon. Over to Zakaria. Alvarez on it, chipping it forward. Won by Stevenson. Curie plays backwards, and it's picked up by Fenaritis and touched out of bounds by Eskos. Caden Witt will have the throw-in for Queens. Trying to flick it on was Graham. Fenaritis touched it out of bounds. It's a Queens throw-in once again. Picking it up on top of the box is Alvarez, taken away by Stevenson. Hensley plays forward to Perez. Perez opens up and adds it on to Uimana, who overlaps. Uimana with a big touch forward. He finds Hensley. Or my apologies, he finds Hackenberg. Hackenberg swings it into the box. Cleared away by Caden Witt and out for a corner. Under 1 minute and 30 left to go, and Virginia Tech has themselves another corner kick. It's their 11th of the day. Going out to take it is Ethan Hackenberg.
Virginia Tech
He had an All-American campaign with CCBC Essex in 2022, which is in London.
1 minute remaining. Repeat, there's 1 minute remaining.
Hackenberg swings it in towards the front post, cleared away by Idinge. Poked out just as far as Uimana for the Hokies. He takes a touch forward, under a minute to go. Uimana swings it into the box. Cleared away by Idinge once again. Coming on it is Roberto Alvarez. He plays forward to Jaggy. 4v2 situation for Queens. They could score here late. Jaggy swings it across the box just in front of Caden Witt and out of bounds. A wayward pass with under 30 seconds left to go. And that might do it here at Thompson Field. Noe Uimana makes his way over for the throw-in. It was a chance for Queens to earn the 100th victory for their head coach, Oliver Carrerius, coming into today. Instead, they fall 4-0 to the Hokies as Carter Hensley plays it forward all the way back to Evan Morris, and that'll do it. 90 minutes of play is over, and Virginia Tech wins 4-0 over Queens University of Charlotte Royals.